Hello. After so much Spinoza in recent weeks, there's a level on which, this week, called What is Happening, is simply about what is happening.
Mike's making progress this morning, look.
Yeah. I saw that. Is he done for today?
Yep.
John and I will turn this way, and he will show us some things that are happening right on the edge of the field beyond ideas. A lot is transforming.
Yeah. This lot will be a bonfire soon. And I'll make you a little containment area here as a base for a new land art sculpture.
Ooh.
Which has not yet had even a sketch done of it, so we don't really know what it's going to be, except it's going to be there, the basis of it, and it might swoop across this open area here. What's that space?
This week, though, every video begins with a daily reminder.
What's that space?
This week, every video begins with a daily reminder. Before ideas of good and bad, there come the felt sense of transitioning into joy or into sorrow.
So here's my hedge that I planted months ago, and I took a bit of a chance because I didn't put any protection for rabbits. That's stopping the deer getting to it, but something has nipped the top out of some of them. As a result, I've got all this horrible plastic stuff, but it is not a single-use plastic. That's the merit of this. I chose this route because after a couple of years, when that's finished the job of protecting these plants, I can dismantle it. And I'm telling you, because you might get the job next time of taking it off and protecting the next hedge we do.
Okay. This week, every video begins with a daily reminder. Before ideas of good and bad, there come the felt sense of transitioning into joy or into sorrow.
So there's a bag full of tubes, and the crucial story here is that it comes on a sheet. 40 squares wide is the cut-off shape I've optimized it to. It's tied in 3 places, and the top and the bottom are used to tie onto the stakes. So if we want to reuse this, later on we undo the top and the bottom and pull it off, and if we can't pull it off we have to unwrap it and take it off, but some way we'll recycle them. But that's the method, tied in the middle, and there's some ties at the top and the bottom. So this one, the rabbits haven't even thought of touching that one, whereas that one, something bit off the top.
This week, every video begins with a daily reminder. Before ideas of good and bad, there come the felt sense of transitioning into joy or into sorrow.
That will still survive. It'll just come up with multiple stems instead of one. So I'll do this one first. Right, no rabbits and no deer are going to bother with that now, so long as it's not going to fall over. So that's where these come in. So these all came out of the hedge that I'm laying currently, these sticks. So they've got a second use in life. And they won't rot for a couple of years, so they're going to be there long enough to do what's needed.
This week, every video begins with a daily reminder. Before ideas of good and bad, there come the felt sense of transitioning into joy or into sorrow.
And then I just scratch around at the bottom to make sure there isn't an aperture inviting mice or anything like that to go inside and have a good bite from down the bottom. Because at night, around here, it's like karaoke night at the pub with little animals scurrying down the bottom here, badgers and rabbits at this height, and hopefully not deer, because that's what that's there for. So now we do another one. Pass me one tube, please.
Okay.
Good man.
This week, every video begins with a daily reminder. Before ideas of good and bad, there come the felt sense of transitioning into joy or into sorrow.
Good man. So that's the one that's been nibbled. Definitely need to protect that one from any further damage. Perfect. Oh, that word again.
Throughout this 20th week of Into the Field, we've been attending to the protection of these newly planted hedges. And we know that that is complete. One, because there's a clear pattern that we can see. And two, because John shared what his intention was. Now, as we approach this other field just here, let's recall for one last time the thing that Spinoza and Nietzsche agreed about, which is that beneath or before or within our ideas about good and bad come these visceral sensations of becoming more or less healthy. Next week, we're going to work with an example that's clearly to do with health. I'm going to be chopping some vegetables. And we're going to return to our old friends, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous systems. The metaphorical accelerate and brake, as we learnt from Bessel van der Kolk back in week 3.